Ever feel like your agency is stuck on a hamster wheel, chasing clients, customizing every project, but still you're hitting a ceiling? I broke free by productizing my services, taking my agency past $1 million a year. Now today, I'm going to share the step-by-step productized agency plan that I've used to help hundreds of agency owners break through bottlenecks, scale their profit, and finally get off the hamster wheel. No more guessing, no more endless hustle. Now let's zero in on the real fork in the road, the place where most agencies hit a wall, they burn out, and then they wonder if it's all worth it. That infamous 25 to 40K a month mark, or 300 to 500K a year. Now, how do most founders find themselves here? Simple. They say yes to every client who comes their way. At first, it works, but then the cracks start to show. Suddenly, you're buried under the mountain of custom projects, margins become razor thin, and you're stuck on that fulfillment hamster wheel. You're so busy delivering work that you never have time to work on your own business. And deep down, you feel trapped, like you have to accept any client or that money is gonna stop coming in. Here's where things start to get even trickier. The so-called growth gurus will tell you just to hire more people, build a team. But what does that really mean? You end up hiring pricey talent just to keep up with the chaos that you've been accepting. You scale up the headaches, not the freedom. Your profit shrinks, your stress grows, and that dream of having a business that you actually enjoy, it slips further and further away. But after working with nearly 900 agency founders and consultants and scaling my own business past $1 million a year, I've seen a better path. Instead of piling on complexity, you can actually choose to stay lean. You can productize your offer, and then you can build systems that deliver leverage profit, control, and yes, even fun. That's what this plan is all about. So let's break down what actually works at each stage, and then I'm gonna walk you through the 1 million productized agency plan step by step. By the way, if you're stuck in this area and you already know that you want some help and a proven plan to build a lean, profitable, and fun business, just click the link in the description to learn more. Let's get brutally honest. The real thing holding most agency owners back, it's not laziness or the lack of hustle. It's the same 3 brick wall obstacles that keep showing up again and again. The first is that you have no clarity. You're never quite sure how to talk about your offer. Every sales call, you find yourself explaining what you do differently. If you're confused, you can bet your prospects are probably confused too. Number 2 is no time. You're buried in client work. You're constantly jumping from one project to the next, and finding time to actually build something bigger, something that is yours, it just feels impossible. Number 3 is that you have no leverage. You can't imagine scaling without selling more of your own hours. Why? Because you're still trading time for dollars. You're stuck running on that client treadmill. Now, this is the brutal reality for nearly every agency owner who's stuck below 50K a month. And it's exactly why scaling feels out of reach, no matter how hard you work. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck on that never-ending treadmill. This plan is designed to break you out, turning your agency into a high-profit, lower hours business. How do we do it? We're gonna follow a proven 3-phase model that's helped hundreds of agency owners escape the grind. Phase 1 is productize. This is where we're gonna package your genius so prospects get it in seconds. No more confusing offers or endless explanations. Phase 2 is systemize. This is where we build a business that runs without you or the least amount of you so that you're not the bottleneck. Imagine finally stepping off the hamster wheel. The 3rd phase is monetize. This is where we're going to transform your expertise into scalable, leveraged income so profits go up and your hours go down. Now, when you nail these 3, your business will shift from chaos to clarity, from busy work to freedom. Are you ready for phase 1? Let's dig in to productize. So let's kick off with the first and most critical step, defining your market. This isn't about picking a random niche out of a hat. It's about getting laser focused on exactly who you serve and that one big result that they crave. If you skip this, your message will fall flat and you end up attracting the wrong clients, or worse, no clients at all. Here's the strategy. We use one problem, one person. Look at your last 5 best clients. What did they all have in common? Was it their role, Was it their industry or one problem that you solved that changed everything for them? I want you to pin that down and build your messaging around that so that when your ideal client sees it, they instantly think, that's exactly me. Let's make this real. Take Alyssa. She's been helping all kinds of small business owners with LinkedIn outbound. But after reviewing her best fit clients, she noticed her top results and the most fun came from working with women founders her own age, all looking to generate enough business to support their lifestyle. That clarity let her zero in her marketing and her offer so every message spoke directly to the real pains and desires of her perfect client. Here's how you can do it. List your top favorite clients. What connects them? What role, industry, or burning problem do they share? Use that insight to shape your messaging and your offer so that you stand out and your dream clients know that you're the one for them. But here's the catch. Getting clear on your market is super powerful, but it's kind of just a start. Clarity means nothing unless you have a repeatable process to deliver those results every single time. That's why the next step is to take your expertise out of your head and turn it into a signature framework that anyone can follow. Step 2 is to build your framework. Let's talk about your secret weapon, a signature framework. Think of it like a recipe. Clients don't just want the chef. They want the secret sauce that they can trust to deliver the same delicious result every single time. Instead of selling vague promises or endless hustle, you're offering a repeatable system that guarantees results. Suddenly, you're off the custom project hamster wheel, and your offer becomes scalable and more magnetic to the clients who are tired of rolling that dice with random consultants. Here's the strategy. We help clients map their unique process into 3 to 5 clear steps, each with a simple, memorable name. Why? Because when prospects can see the journey laid out in front of them, they know exactly what to expect before they even sign up. Now, I recommend you use stickier names like the pipeline accelerator or launch and scale method to anchor your own authority and make your process unforgettable. Take John. He used to help all kinds of companies with their brand identity, but every sales call turned into a custom project and a mess of scope creep. Now, once John packaged his process into a step-by-step framework, everything changed. Now, clients buy his system. They buy the recipe, not just his time. That means less back and forth, more consistent results, and John is finally separated from that day-to-day grind. So here's how you can do it. I want you to list out the steps that you take to get your clients' results. I want you to group them into 3 to 5 stages and give each one a clear and catchy name. This turns your expertise into a product, one that's easy to sell, easy to deliver, and easy for your clients to trust. But here's the thing, even the best recipe won't make you famous if nobody knows about it, trusts it, or sees you as the go-to chef. That's why your next move is to position yourself as the authority, so your ideal clients start to line up to work with you. Now, step 3 of the first phase, which is productized, is to position your authority. Now that you've defined your market and you built your signature framework, it's time to make sure your ideal clients see you as the obvious choice. This is where you craft messaging that builds trust and attracts the right people by positioning your own authority. Here's how you do it. First, get crystal clear on the transformation that your service delivers. What's the real before-after story for your clients? I want you to paint that picture so your prospects can instantly see the value of working with you. Next, develop your unique point of view, your POV. Yes, there are tons of people who do what you do, but nobody does it quite like you, and nobody is you. Your point of view is your secret weapon. It's like your fingerprint, totally unique, impossible to copy, and the thing that sets you apart in a crowded market. Now, often the strongest POVs are a little contrarian, all right? They challenge the status quo and they make people stop and think. Take my friend Jay, for example. He runs the largest coaching business in Australia for e-commerce brands who want to win with paid ads. His point of view, he's the anti-agency guy. Jay believes e-commerce brands shouldn't outsource to agencies. They should master paid ads in-house. And when his prospects, many of whom have been burned by agencies, they see his message and it hits home. It hits them right in the heart. Suddenly, Jay isn't just another coach. He's the only relevant option for brands that are ready to take control. Here's how you can do it. I want you to identify the transformation that your offer delivers, that before and after state. Then I want you to clarify what you believe about your market that is different from everyone else. I want you to weave that POV into your messaging everywhere, your website, your sales calls, your content. When you combine a clear transformation with a unique point of view, you will stand out in a sea of sameness. You're not just another option, you're the obvious choice. Now, when you've nailed your market, laid out your step-by-step framework, and you positioned yourself as the go-to expert, you finally solve the no clarity problem. That's when clients start coming to you. But here's the catch. If your business still relies on you doing everything, you stay stuck on that fulfillment treadmill. So next, let's move into phase 2, which is systemize. So your agency isn't just clear and in demand, but actually runs without you being chained to every single project. So step 1 is really all about creating demand, right? We're building an audience and we're generating consistent leads and sales. Most agency owners plateau because they only get new business when they hustle for referrals or chase cold leads. If you don't have a reliable source of inbound demand, you're forever stuck in feast or famine, and you're forced to say yes to the wrong clients just to keep your lights on. So think of it like this. It's like fishing in a pond that only has a few fish. You cast your line and you hope you're going to get lucky. But what if you built your own well-stocked lake where the fish actually come to you? That's what building real demand does for your business. So here's the strategy. We build a simple marketing engine. I want you to pick one content platform like YouTube or Instagram where your ideal clients already hang out. And honestly, where you actually enjoy creating content. Share problem-solving content every week that tackles your market's biggest pains and spotlights your unique framework. Set up a basic newsletter opt-in page, supercharged with a lead magnet, if you want, to start building your email list. Deliver your longer form, conversion-focused content inside your newsletter. As soon as you can, add a video sales letter to move people to your sales calendar. Now, once your content is attracting the right people and you're seeing calls get booked, pour the fuel on that fire with some targeted paid ads. So Lindsay realized that her biggest impact was helping agency owners win clients with killer capabilities decks. When she started producing content just for that audience and pointed them to her lead magnet, calls started landing on her calendar straight from her email list. That simple system brought in 3, 5, and even 8 new clients per month for her productized service. Now, with ads in the mix, her pipeline is full almost every single day. But here's the warning. You can have a flood of leads, but if every project is chaos, you're just going to scale all of the headaches. And that's why next we're going to engineer your delivery so results are repeatable and you're not chained to every single client fire drill. So step 2 inside of the systemize phase is to engineer delivery, right? This is how you get clients results consistently. Here's the problem. Custom projects are like building a new house from scratch every single time. Painstaking, unpredictable, and exhausting. If every client gets a different blueprint, you can't leverage a team, quality starts to slip, and then you're chained to the job site day in and day out. Real leverage comes when your delivery is standardized and repeatable so that results are reliable and your time is finally freed up. Think of your signature framework as a recipe for a great dish. Sorry for all the food analogies. We've been watching The Bear. Once you've perfected it, you don't reinvent the meal for every guest. You follow the same steps, use the same ingredients, and get the same delicious results every single time. That's how you scale from a one-chef kitchen to a bustling restaurant with a team that delivers excellence even when you're not there. So here's how you do it. I want you to take that signature framework that we built earlier, and I want you to turn it into a glorified to-do list. For each stage, I want you to define clear deliverables, the tools you use, key checkpoints and milestones. Now, because you've likely delivered this service dozens of times already, if not hundreds, which is key, by the way, you can now build templates for repetitive work. Add automation where possible. Start to leverage small group calls and office hours to support clients as they move through your process. You can create on-demand resources for each step so that you're not reinventing the wheel. Take Chris, for example. He created the Sponsorship Collective. It's a program to help clients land their first sponsor in 90 days. Every client started with a one-on-one kickoff call, and then they dove straight into video trainings and hands-on homework. Chris and his team gave feedback at every single stage, sometimes in small groups, sometimes asynchronously, sometimes one-on-one. And that process was so dialed in, his clients could move through the framework and get results with a blend of personal support and repeatable systems. It was a hybrid productized program. It was a little bit of one-on-one, some group training, some on-demand videos, and some small group support, all working together to deliver the outcome the clients came for over and over and over. But even the best recipe needs a well-run kitchen behind it. So once your delivery is systematized, the next step is to optimize your operations. So every part of your business runs like clockwork, freeing you up to focus on growth of your business, not just the day-to-day grind. So step 3 of the systemized phase is to optimize your operations, right? Build that business that runs without you. Let's face it, if you're still the bottleneck for decisions, for invoices, for scheduling, or putting out fires, your business will never scale and you'll never get real time off. Optimizing your operations is about streamlining your back-end systems so that your business runs smoothly even when you step away. This is how you protect your time as the founder, letting you focus on what matters most, like marketing, attracting prospects, and serving your clients in a way that only you can. Think of your business like a high-performance car. If every part isn't tuned and running smoothly, you're going to be stuck under the hood fixing leaks and breakdowns instead of enjoying the open road. Now, true systems are like well-oiled engines. They free you from the driver's seat so your business can cruise even when you're not behind the wheel. Here's how we do it. We set up what we call the comm cycle. There's one for your team, which is internal, and then there's one for your clients, which is external. The internal comm cycle, you have to decide how and when you meet with your team. For example, I have one weekly meeting with my right-hand person. We have a protocol. Emergencies get a text message. Important but not urgent goes in Slack. And everything else goes in our communications hub inside of Notion. Now, this way, I'm not constantly pinged by emails or Slack messages, and I actually reclaim my time to focus on the deep work. Now, our external comm cycle, you have to set clear boundaries with clients. General questions go in our community for asynchronous answers. Real-time feedback happens on scheduled weekly calls. True emergencies have a dedicated email and a clear definition of what counts as an emergency. This lets me batch my client support so that myself and my team have big blocks of uninterrupted time for deep work or simply just living our lives, okay? Because of this system, I work Monday to Thursday, 9 to 3, or 4 some days. Most Wednesday afternoons, I'm out mountain biking, and Fridays are for family or passion projects. My business now fits my lifestyle, not the other way around. All right, so getting your agency clear and systemized finally gives you the freedom and the headspace that most founders never reach. But here's what most agency owners miss. True freedom, profit, and control don't just come from fixing, delivering operations. They come from turning your expertise into assets that grow themselves. If you stop at systems, you'll always cap your growth at your biggest client or your own capacity. That's why the final phase is monetize. This is where we take everything that we've built from our done-for-you work, finding the leverage you deserve, and moving from selling time, packaging your framework so it drives income, leads, and impact, whether you're working or not. Now, if you're ready to break through the ceiling that most agencies never even see, let's dig into Monetize, where you finally turn all your expertise that's up here into assets that set you free. Now, the first step in Monetize is package your IP. The first step in monetization is turning your hard-won expertise into assets that are more scalable. Here's the problem. If you're still delivering your framework mostly as a done-for-you service, you're capping your impact and your income. Even with a proven system, you could still be in the weeds doing the work for each client. To break you free, you need to make your framework teachable so that others can implement it with your guidance, not just your hands. Think of this like building a Lego kit, right? You've already designed the masterpiece and built it yourself dozens of times. Now, instead of building it for every new client, you create that instruction manual, gather up all the right pieces and package them up. Anyone can follow your steps, use your templates, and build the exact same result with you as their guide, not their builder. So how do you do it? Start organizing your signature framework into step-by-step resources, playbooks, checklists, swipe files, any sort of templates. Then record short on-demand walkthrough videos that show exactly how to use each asset. Then bundle everything together so that your clients or their teams can execute the process themselves with your support when they need it. I want you to aim for what we call preloaded, which is 80% of the work is done, right? The resources are 80% done so that your clients just add the finishing touches rather than starting from scratch every single time. This is the foundation for a done with you experience where clients get your expert process, your tools, and your eyes on their work. But you're not stuck doing everything for them in this scenario. So take Casey, for example. He ran an agency managing ads for service providers, always hands-on, always custom. But once he packaged his resources into ad school, everything started to change. Now clients get his playbooks, swipe files, and step-by-step trainings. They can set up and run their own ads using Casey's proven materials while still getting his expert feedback. It's simpler, it's more scalable, and lets him serve more people without burning out. When your IP is packaged and organized, you unlock new ways to deliver value, like launching a done-with-you group program, just like Casey did with Ad School. Now let's dig into how you launch and scale that next level offer. Which brings us to step 2 of Monetize, which is launching your Productized program. Now that your framework is packaged and your assets are nicely organized, it's time to unlock real leverage. Launching your first Productized group program, which is a hybrid done-with-you experience. Most agencies stay trapped on the hamster wheel of one-on-one or custom work. It's like running a restaurant with just one table. You're always busy, but you never scale your impact or your profit. If you want to serve more people and multiply your results, you need a way to help many clients at once without multiplying your hours or just defaulting to hiring a ton more people. So I want you to think of your group program like you're hosting a cooking class instead of cooking every meal yourself. Instead of sweating over every single dish for one guest, you guide a whole room of people through your signature recipe. Everyone gets the same delicious result, and you get to help more people at the same time. So here's how to do it. I want you to roll out a group program built around your package framework, designed to deliver results for multiple clients at once. Don't wait until everything is perfect. We're going to pre-sell the program before you've created all of the materials. We're going to run it live the first time, building and refining it as you go. You're going to use a blend of live workshops, Q&A sessions, and interactive support. We're going to record everything and package those recordings as on-demand resources for future clients. Okay. Now I want you to price the program based on the outcome that you deliver, not just your hours. This is going to attract more committed clients and maximize your ROI for everyone. Remember Casey from Ad School? He didn't lock himself away for months building out every video that he could. He launched his group program live, delivered value in real time, and then packaged those lessons for future groups. Now, this allowed him to scale his expertise, help more people, and create a repeatable, high-impact offer. Once your group program is up and running and clients are getting results, you're ready to scale that even further. Now, there's one more lever to multiply your impact and your income, and that's turning your expertise into simple digital products or even bite-sized workshops. These assets become your mini chefs, working for you around the clock, bringing in new leads and revenue without extra client calls or chasing prospects. Now, let's dive into how to turn your knowledge into digital assets that work for you while you sleep. Which brings us to step 3 of monetize, and that's to deploy low ticket digital products. Now, the last step is where you truly multiply your reach and revenue, launching digital products. These could be bite-sized workshops or mini courses or even just templates that drive new leads and sales. Here's the problem. Most agency owners think they need to create a massive course or reinvent the wheel to make money online. But the real secret is start super small. Once your group program is live and it's selling, like we did in the last step, you can actually launch simple, low-ticket digital products that act as powerful magnets for new prospects. Think of your digital products like samples at a bakery. Not everyone is ready to buy the whole cake, which is your productized program, but they'll taste a $27 template or a $100 workshop. It lets them experience the flavor, right? The best part, some will love it so much that they'll come back for the full cake. Here's how to do it. I want you to unbundle a piece of your core framework, maybe a single swipe file, a 90-minute workshop, or even just a short training video. Price it for easy entry. I'd say $7 up to $200. Don't overthink it. I want you to focus on delivering a quick win. Promote it to your audience, your existing audience, especially your email list. Every sale brings in a new qualified lead. Now, during the workshop or inside that digital product, you can invite buyers to upgrade to your bigger program. Follow up with an email sequence that encourages them to take that next step. These small offers are what many call attraction offers. They kind of make a lead become a customer. These mini offers aren't about reinventing the wheel. They're about giving people that taste of what you do, solving a specific problem, and making it easy for them to work with you. You're simply repackaging what's already in your framework, but you're doing it into smaller, digestible pieces. For us, we run a series of $100 workshops. They're super interactive. We keep it tight for 25 to 35 people. And then in 2 hours, we help the attendees craft killer offers, and then we invite them to join our main program. Every single time we do this, we've had about 5 or 7 of those 25 to 35 upgrade into a $5,000 or $18,000 offer. When we do that, it's not just serving those 30 people, it's actually creating a pipeline of high quality, ready to buy clients. If you're tired of running the agency treadmill, juggling custom projects, leaking profit, and never getting the freedom that you want, I want you to click the link below to work with me and my team through each step of this plan. And if you want to see how I scaled my productized service to 100K per month, then I want you to go watch this video right here.